which of the following is a pair of adjacent angle? So you know that adjacent angle means what? Of a parallelogram, they are what? Supplementary. So you will find the supplementary angle. But here the focus is given on which word? Not. Okay, focus is on which word? Not. So here 4 options are given. Out of these 4 options, you have to select that which of the following pair is not a pair of adjacent angles of a parallelogram. Now you know that adjacent angles of a parallelogram is what? Supplementary. Means what? They form or they make an angle what? 180 degree. Okay. Now if you will add this 30 plus 150, it will be 180. 60 plus 120, again it will be a 120. 90 plus 90, it will be 180. What about 75 plus 125? That is, it will be how much? How much it will be? 75. So students, here the students, they may get confused that sorry, students, they may get confused by ignoring the word not. Okay, so here if you will add this, this will not form a supplementary angle. Okay, this will not form a supplementary angle, whereas other three options, they are forming a pair of adjacent angles of a parallelogram. That is, they are supplementary to each other. They are supplementary to each other. But whereas the option D, it is not forming a supplementary angle. Okay, it is not forming a supplementary angle. So here the correct option will be what? D. Okay, so here in this question, no working part, only you have to mentally do it and get the correct answer. Next, diagonal AC and BD of rectangle ABCD intersect each other at O. Intersect each other at O. If AC is equal to 18, then DO is equal to question mark. That means you have to find out. Okay. Now here I have not drawn the diagram because I need to explain. So here now I will draw the diagram over here. Suppose this is rectangle ABCD. Okay, rectangle ABCD. Now they have given what? Diagonal AC and BD. They intersect at O. They intersect at O. Okay. If AC, now here they have given the measure AC as how much? 18 centimeter. Okay. AC given as how much? 18 centimeter. Okay. Then DO is how much? You have to find out DO. Okay. Now if you recollect the property of rectangle, what is the property? That the diagonal of a rectangle are congruent and also they bisect each other. Okay, they bisect each other. They bisect each other means what? If this AC is 18 centimeter, okay, AC is 18 centimeter, then AO and CO will be A
Hello, Saili ma'am. Saili ma'am, unmute yourself. Hello, Saili ma'am. Hello, 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 hello. Saili ma'am, you are not audible. Please unmute yourself. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
हाँ Saili ma'am. Now you are audible. Start.
Okay, okay. I think that someone has muted me.
No ma'am, you can start now. You are not audible.
Okay, okay. Okay, sorry students that where were we? In question number 9, again I will just explain that diagonal AC and BD of rectangle ABCD intersect each other at O. Okay, if AC is given as 18 centimeter, then DO you have to find out. Now here four options are given. Okay, four options. That is option A 18 centimeter, option B 9 centimeter, C 16 centimeter, and D 8 centimeter. Now here we are going to apply the property. Now first of all, what are the properties of a rectangle? Okay, that diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. Okay, they are congruent. At the same time, they bisect each other. At the same time, they bisect each other. Now students, here we are applying two properties together. Okay, applying two properties together, and then we will be getting the answer. So let's see how it will work. Now, if AC is 18 centimeter, okay, this AC is given how much? 18 centimeter. Then BD will also be 18 centimeter. Why? Because diagonals of a rectangle, they are what? Congruent to each other. They are what? Congruent to each other. Now, the second, what is the property we are going to use? That is diagonal of a rectangle, they bisect each other. Now if they are congruent, then they will what? Bisect each other. Bisect each other means what? O is the midpoint of the diagonal AC, as well as O is the midpoint of diagonal BD. Okay, so if AC is 18 centimeter, then AO plus CO is equal to 18. That means AO will be 9, as well as CO will also be 9. Okay, so same case for the second diagonal also. DO equal to DO plus DO equal to what? 18 centimeter. Okay, they are bisector of each other. So the measure of the DO will be how much? 9 centimeter. Okay, so here again this question also can be asked for directly to solve. Why? Because here in this question, we are applying or we are using two properties of a rectangle together. Okay, two properties of a rectangle together. Okay, now the next question. The triangle formed by joining the midpoint of all the sides of an equilateral triangle is dash. Okay, now equilateral triangle. Here it is given equilateral triangle. Okay, again this is a different type of question. Equilateral triangle means what? All the sides are equal. All the sides are equal. All the three sides. Okay, all the three sides are equal in length. Now what is the question? The triangle formed by joining the midpoint of all the sides. Now suppose here this is the midpoint. If I'll join all the midpoints, okay, all the midpoints, then the triangle which is formed at the center, the triangle which is formed at the center, with it will be what type of triangle? Whether it is an equilateral triangle, whether it is an isosceles triangle, or a scalar triangle, or a right angled triangle. Four options are given. So students, here you know that one hint is given that the given triangle is a equilateral triangle. Okay, so if the midpoints are joined of all the sides, then whatever the triangle is formed at the center, it will be also an equilateral triangle. It will be also an equilateral triangle because this triangle is formed by joining the midpoint. Okay, this is one important point. It is formed by joining the midpoint of an equilateral triangle. So equilateral triangle itself that states that all the sides are equal. So if the midpoint of all the three sides they are joined together, then the triangle which will be formed, it will be always an equilateral triangle. Okay, isosceles means what? Any two sides are equal. Okay, scalar means what? All the three sides are different. All the three sides are different. And right angle, as you know, that the angle making a 90 degree. So none of these three options will hold over here. The correct option will be what? Option A, that is an equilateral triangle. Okay, now the next one. Two consecutive angles of a parallelogram are in the ratio 1:3. Then the smaller angle is. Now this ratio, focus on the word ratio because I think I have taken the sum on this. Ratio means what? We cannot say that it is 1 degree or 3 degree. Okay, ratio is given, that is 1:3. That means some common multiple is there with this number. Okay, some common multiple is there with this number, and you need to find out this. Okay, so here two consecutive angles. Now here two consecutive. Till now we were using adjacent angle, adjacent sides. Now here in this question they have given the consecutive angles. Okay, consecutive angles. So consecutive angle means what? They are nothing but only the adjacent angles. Okay, so two adjacent angle or two consecutive angles of a parallelogram are in the ratio 1:3, then the smaller angle is dash. Okay, you have to find out the smaller angle. Now if you will see that parallelogram, adjacent angles of a parallelogram are what? Supplementary. So if I'll draw over here parallelogram, okay, so this two will be the adjacent angle. Okay, this two will be the adjacent angle. So the if I'll say that this is 1x, okay, or x, 1x or x. Why? Because this is given in the form of ratio. So ratio means some common multiple is there with the number. Okay, directly you cannot say that it is 1 degree or 3 degree, whatever it is given. Okay, so if I say this is as x, okay, and this is as 3x. Let us see, x plus 3x is equal to 180 degree. Why? Because the adjacent angles or the consecutive angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Okay, so here x plus 3x will give you how much? 4x is equal to 180 degree. Now this is an equation in one variable. You will get the value of x is equal to how much? 180 divided by 4 will give you 45 degree. Okay, now this is the value of x. This is the value of x. So let us substitute over here 1x or x, which is equal to 45. That's what we have got it. Okay, and second is what? 3x. 3x, that is 3 into 45. 3 into 45 will give you how much? 135. Okay, 135. Now your question is what? Smaller angle. Okay, smaller angle. So out of this x is the smaller angle. Okay, x is what? Smaller angle. So what is the measure of the smaller angle? That is how much? 45 degree. Okay, now this, so the correct option is 45, that is option D. Now here students, since we have got a value of x, okay, and this value we have substituted over here in the given ratio. Okay, here it is given 1:3. They might give 2:5. Okay, so here 2 into x, that is 2 into 45. Okay, 2 into 45. So whatever the smaller angle is asked, accordingly you have to find out. Okay, but first is your duty to get the value of x, and that value of x you substitute in the given ratio. Only then you will get the measure of a smaller and a bigger angle. Okay. Okay. Next, in the figure ABC. Now I have not drawn over here figure because now while explaining I will draw the diagram. Is a parallelogram. The value of x and y are respectively. That means, let us see. Suppose that this is a parallelogram A, B, C, D. Okay. Now I'll extend this B as y and x as, sorry, C as x. Okay. This measure is given as 110 degree. Okay. Now this diagram I have drawn just now. Okay. Now just observe the diagram. Okay. In figure ABCD, which is a parallelogram. Okay. The value of x and y are respectively. That means you have to find out the value of x and y. That is angle C and angle D. Okay. Now here if you will see it, students, carefully, if you will see the diagram carefully, this angle C, okay, this angle C, it form a linear pair. Okay, it form what? Linear pair. Okay, so here this part is given 110. Okay, then this part will be obvious, it will be how much? 70 degrees, because linear pair, the sum of the angles forming linear pair, it is always 180 degree. Okay, it is always what? 180 degree. So this value of x will be 70 degree. So if this angle is 70 degree and this angle, you know that this angle C and D and C, they are what? Adjacent angle. So if this is 70, then it has to be 110. Okay, why? Because x and y, they are what? Adjacent angles of a parallelogram. Now you got the angle x as what? 70 degree. Okay, and angle y, it will be how much? 110 degree. Okay, 110 degree. Now here, see the order of the question, what they have asked. What is the value of x and y? Okay, what is the value of x and y? See students, these are very minute thing, but you need to concentrate. Okay, the value of x and y, that means first value should be of x and the second value should be of y. So what is the value of x over here? First it will be how much? 70 degree. Okay, it will be 70 degree, and the value of y, it will be how much? 110 degree. So the correct option will be A. Okay, but sometimes students, they might do a slight or a silly mistake that they mark the option as C, that is 110 and 70, because 110 and 70, they are correct, but the order which is asked in the question, it is not matching the option which you have marked. Okay, it is not matching the option which you have marked. So while reading the question, concentrate it properly and then find the answer. Okay. Now the next. Two adjacent angles of parallelogram are. Again, this is a similar type of question. Adjacent angles means what? They will form a supplementary angle. Okay, they will form a supplementary angle. Then the value of x is dash. Here you need to find out the value for x. Okay, so adjacent angles supplementary means what? 2x plus 30 plus 3x minus 30 is equal to 180 degree. Okay, is equal to 180 degree. So this plus 30 and minus 30 will get cancelled. What remains? 2x plus 3x, which is equal to 5x, is equal to 180. Okay, so the value of x will be how much? 36 degree. Okay, the value of x will be how much? 36 degree. So the option is what? B. Okay, same property or in a different way. In a different way they can ask. Previously they have asked two consecutive angles, but here they have directly used the word adjacent angle. Okay, now next question. Angles of quadrilateral are in the ratio. Are in the ratio. Again the word ratio comes. Students, now fixed in your mind that word ratio comes means what? You need to multiply a common multiple. And the common multiple you can take it as x, any variable you can take it. Okay. So angles of a quadrilateral are in the ratio 3:6:8:13. You know that quadrilateral or there are 4 angles. So here they have given 4 ratios. Now the question is what is the largest angle? What is the largest angle? Now obvious that here in the ratio 13 is the largest one. Okay, 13 it is the largest. Okay, but along with the 13 there is a common multiple, and that common multiple you need to find out first. Okay, you need to find out first. Now here they have not given that the adjacent angle, consecutive angle, opposite angle, nothing they have given. No type of a quadrilateral is given. Okay, only they have given that it is a quadrilateral. It is a quadrilateral. So you all know that the angles in a quadrilateral, they form what? Addition of the angles in a quadrilateral is how much? 360 degree. Okay, so here we will take the common multiple as x. Then it will be how much? 3x plus 6x plus 8x plus 13x is equal to 360. Okay, is equal to how much? 360. Why we have taken 360? Because they have not mentioned any type of quadrilateral, or they have not mentioned the adjacent angle, opposite angle, diagonal. Nothing is mentioned over here. Only they have given the ratio, and out of that ratio, your duty is to find the largest angle. Okay, your duty is to find value of the largest angle. So the largest angle it is 13, but common multiple, that is with 13 it is x. So first find out the value of x. Okay, so 3 plus 6 plus 8 plus 13 equals to 360. So here if you will add, it will be how much? 30x is equal to 360. Okay, so x is equal to how much? 360 upon 30, it will give you 12. Sorry. Okay, x is equal to how much? 12. Now this is the value of the x. Now out of this 4, the largest ratio is 13. Okay, and your what is the question? That is the largest angle. You have to find out the largest angle. So 13, that is the 13x. So 13x means what? 13 multiplied by 12. So 13 multiplied by 12 will give you how much? 156. will give you how much? 156. Now here the students, they what kind of mistake they can do? Randomly they will mark as 178 degree because this is the largest angle out of the given option. Yes, out of the given option, 178 is the largest angle, but you need to find out the correct value. Okay, you need to find out the correct value and only then you can mark. Okay, so the correct option answer you have got. So mark the option, that is option C. Okay. Okay, next one. If all the angles of a quadrilateral are equal, okay, now here the question comes based on the property, directly property you can apply over here. If all the angles of a quadrilateral are equal, then that quadrilateral will be which one? You know that in which quadrilateral it is equal? It is equal in square and it is equal in rectangle. Okay, it is equal in square and it is equal in rectangle. So here 4 options are given. So out of that 4, square is not there, rhombus is there, rectangle, trapeze is there, and none of them. Okay, so you know that only 2 quadrilateral, they have all the angles equal. So out of that 2, rectangle is mentioned over here. So directly you can mark the correct option. Okay. Let's move to the last question. Every parallelogram is a rhombus. Every parallelogram is a rhombus. It is whether the statement is true or false. Whether the statement is true or false. Yes, the statement will be obvious false because in rhombus, all those sides are congruent. Okay, all the sides are congruent, and in parallelogram only the opposite sides are parallel and they are congruent. Okay, that is the one difference and which makes this statement as false. Okay, which makes this statement as false. So the statement which is there, every parallelogram is a rhombus, will be a false statement. Okay, so students, now today we have seen some MCQ type of question which can be asked, okay, which can be asked on this topic, particular quadrilateral. So I hope that you must have taken the screenshot or you have note down the sums in your book. Okay. Any doubt? If you have no doubt, then we can stop over here because already the time is over. Okay, I can see that the students are saying no doubts. Okay, very good. Okay, I hope that now you have understood